So anyway, I fired Gorilla after he told me that Amy Lynn was seeing somebody.
You don't want him, even the guy who brings you that story, can't work here.
Kill the messenger. That's right. I killed the messenger.
You were so angry because of the news.
You know how they always say, don't kill the messenger? Right. I killed the messenger.
Well, that happens all the time. You bring the bad news and you get it.
Come here, you little bald son of a bitch.
You short, bald bouncer.
Yeah. Scalp fiery red. Anyway, so yeah, he told me that. I freaked out.
So I guess it's true she's not calling in to defend herself.
Of course.
Long time boy. Was he good looking? Did you find out?
Gorilla said he was good looking. Hey man, what's your problem?
I'm down.
Hey Gorilla, how are you? What? I can't understand what you're saying.
I thought I was doing you a favor. Thought I was doing you a favor.
Why? What do you have to tell me for? What are you doing me a favor? She's not my girlfriend. I'm a married man. Doing me a favor.
Okay.
At first thing in the morning, he goes, so guess who came? He goes, guess who came into the club? Your girlfriend last night. I go, yeah, who's that? Amy Lynn.
And she was diming you.
Yeah. She was.
I didn't say that.
What do you think? She's my real girlfriend or something?
No, I was just telling you, man.
So what are you telling me for? What are you saying she's my girlfriend for?
I didn't say that.
Everyone knows Ashley Richardson's my girlfriend. Anyone knows that.
He doesn't date penthouse pets. He dates supermodels.
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated.
Amy's always going to be just taking her clothes off for a living. Ashley doesn't even have to take her clothes off. She just gets in a bathing suit and guys freak out. Hey, Gorilla, next time you see me, why don't you just punch me in the nuts? That would hurt me, too.
It could have been worse.
I mean? You might as well just punch me in the nuts if you want to hurt me.
It could have been worse. I could have told you the guy actually looked like you.
Yeah, did he really?
That's what other people were saying.
Really?
Yeah.
He was a tall guy with curly hair? Well, I don't have curly hair.
Was he wearing dark glasses?
Yeah.
Was he wearing shades?
No.
Did he have a big nose and a bizarre forehead?
I didn't look at him too long, but like two people came up to me and said, wow, that guy kind of looks like Howard.
Oh, Jesus, you're kidding.
No.
Yeah, well.
You didn't find out anything like what he does or anything?
No, but I know she's like very into him.
Oh, really? Was she hanging all over him all night?
Yeah, I was drunk, she was drunk, I think the guy was drunk, everybody was drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
So what does that got to do with whether she likes him?
I don't know.
If you have to be drunk to be with a guy, then how come you don't like him?
No, I don't.
Why was she making out with him and stuff?
She was sitting on his lap and stuff.
Yeah, figures.
And then I sat on his lap.
Double crosser.
Dude dimer.
Dude dimer.
Dude dimer, double
Gorilla has some light. He sits around and watches other guys make out with beautiful women.
Yeah, right. And he thinks he's
I didn't say they make out. Can I lick your tongue? I want to see how she tastes.
How do you know she's really into him then?
She said she was.
What'd she say to you?
She basically
She said she was.
She said she was. She said she really loves him.
Oh, yeah? Good. Well, she's never on this show again. Ever.
Oh.
You understand? Thanks to you.
Ouch. Ouch.
What do you do? You're a bouncer at the club?
No, I work in the VIP room.
And what do you do there?
I basically make sure everybody who's there is taken care of.
What do you do?
I change the bee cakes.
The pea cakes?
The little pea cakes that you put in the urinals. Are you done with that? Sometimes then they're in the middle of it and I change it.
What do you do there, Gorilla?
Like if anybody comes important, like a friend of the owner or something like that. I wipe them. I make sure they're taken care of. They have a waitress and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah? Your job is to make sure somebody gets a waitress?
Yeah, and they're taken care of.
Yeah.
And that no one that shouldn't be in that area isn't.
Area.
The command of the English language.
I make sure that anybody's in the area isn't.
Do they understand what you're saying?
Gorilla's career is frightening.
Mr. Badrin, here's your waitress. Miss Waitress, it's your Badrin. This is your area.
When he's not here, when he's here, he's getting me food, and when he's at some club, he's making sure some other guy's getting food.
Right. He's worked that into a career.
Right.
That's very ingenious.
You're like the head food server of all time.
He's a caterer.
Yeah.
I'm a caterer.
No, a gaterer. A gaterer. A gaterer.
Gaterer.
With a G.
Of the area.
Gaterer. What is it, Ralph? Take that microphone. Attaboy.
It's really funny because, Gorilla, says, he works there and works up in the room, and he's like, come by, I'll put you on the list. Puts me on the list. There's a house list or something.
Yeah.
Nobody ever heard of me. Nobody ever heard of him.
No, that's not my fault. That's the way they want to run the club. They don't want to have anybody on the list. So
why would you tell Ralph he's on the list?
Because I go down and I tell these guys, and they choose to ignore it. They do that to everybody.
You invite Ralph, and you say, I'm going to put you on a list, knowing full well that the list is meaningless.
No, it depends. Depends who's working the door.
Depends.
Well, why didn't you tell him that?
I do.
This has happened.
Really?
Last time I just said, screw it, and I walked away.
That's not my fault.
I mean, Gorilla says, hey, I'll put you on a list.
I'll put you on the list and you won't.
You have absolutely no clout at your job.
No, I don't. That's the way they choose to run the club.
But why would you put him on a list then?
To yank him.
I tell you,
like a big man?
No, I said I'll do the best I can.
But you do the best you can is meaningless because the list is ignored.
At one time, Lonnie Hanover worked at the club, and Lonnie Hanover's list was fine, and then they don't have Lonnie anymore, so I have nobody to give names to for a list.
But why would you...
How do you get in? That's what we want to know.
Is that what you kind of do, like invite people and stuff?
You call me, Ralph. Can I come? I said, okay, fine.
Okay.
Well, when's the last time I called you and invited you to the club?
Why would you put Ralph on a list if there's no list?
Then tell me you're not going to put me on the list or something.
I said I'll do the best I can.
Well, why would the best you can? You got to tell them the best I can do is put you on a list that everyone ignores.
They do that to everybody.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you tell him? You're missing my point.
He called me. And
you work at a club, right?
Ralph calls me.
Listen, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. My time is highly paid for, so I'm giving you free advice.
Okay.
This is got to be worth something to you, so you should listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to state my question, and then I want you to give me an intelligent answer.
Okay.
Or the best answer you can give.
He'll do the best he can.
All right.
Do the best
You work at a club, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. At that club, your responsibility is that you are someone who oversees VIPs and makes sure they're treated properly.
Exactly.
Okay. If someone was to call you and say, hey, Gorilla, put me on the list so I can get in to the VIP area, if I was you, I would say the following. The list, there is no list. It is meaningless. They ignore me. Nobody knows I work there.
I can't help you.
Nobody knows my name. I can't help you. And here is what you say instead. This is what you have been saying in the past. Okay, I'll put you on the list.
Come on by.
Now can I answer?
Go ahead.
Okay. At one time, there was a list that I could put somebody on. And
was that the time you invited Ralph?
I invited Ralph in the beginning. When Lonnie worked there, I gave
something. The time you invited, 3 times you invited Ralph.
Has he ever gotten in?
Has he ever gotten in?
Yes.
Oh, he has?
Yes.
Is that true, Ralph? You got in?
I got in once because I stood out there and I waited for somebody else who came by who I knew.
Right.
But it was never because...
Now listen,
right.
I haven't called Ralph and invited him at all. Ralph calls and wants to come, so I said I'll do the
You've invited me a couple of times, but I've called you. I've called you. You've called me and you've talked to me on the phone and said, "Come on down." Like
I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah,
I haven't done
that.
I haven't done that in well over a month. That was before Christmas.
But the times that you did it, I didn't get. Oh, before Christmas.
But why would you invite people if they can't get in?
Because at that time they should have been able to get in.
But they didn't.
I wasn't able to get in then either.
So that's not my fault. I'm not a bouncer. I don't work the door.
Yes, it is your fault. Why would you invite someone and say represent that you could get somebody in and have them come down there and then not get them in? Forget it. I don't care.
I have never This is awful.
I know.
I don't actually work the list.
Admit you want to be a big shot.
Talking about it all.
He wants to be a big shot and act like he has some clout at this club. Meanwhile, nobody even knows his name there.
Yeah.
And then you go inside and he's not really doing anything.
What does he do?
I don't know. He stands around and talks to the bouncers.
Sound like Ralph.
I make sure
I think they just give him some money so he'll mention it on the air.
Yeah.
Like maybe once in a while.
But honestly, if that was the case, then they have 2 people. Like there's me and another girl. There's me and another girl.
Yeah, but she's not on the show. You are.
But there's me and another girl. But they always have 2 people working that area. So obviously there is a position there.
She doesn't do anything either?
We both do the same thing. We stand around.
Yeah, but she's pretty. She's probably nice to look at.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why are you there?
You know what? Either way, I don't care. I'm getting money and I'm putting food in my mouth. So
I'm as good at my job as I am growing hair.
This is why I go nuts around here. All right, good. Congratulations on your job. That's all. Okay, listen, there was obviously a misunderstanding.
I got to go down and watch Gorilla work. I want to see this.
Yeah, we need to go down there with the crew and watch him do his job.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He stands there?
I don't know. He talks.
Does he wear a suit?
I
have to be around.
Does he wear a zoot?
Does he wear a zoot?
No, seriously, Gorilla. I mean, maybe you do something there, but I've never seen it.
So you'd like that job, right?
Yeah, I want to go hang out.
It's sort of an awkward job there, definitely.
Why?
I have to make sure I'm around if the owner, if there's anything ever happens. And one time there was a lot of celebrities there.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like.
Yeah. I'm your ambassador.
It's sort of an awkward job because I have to be there if the boss comes around.
But sometimes
you know that you don't have to be there when the boss comes around. It's sort of an awkward job.
It's sort of an awkward job. Sometimes
I'm looking for a job where I don't have to be there when the boss shows up.
No, like,
and being there is like hanging around and looking at girls and having drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's an awkward job.
Okay.
Why is it an awkward
Wait a minute. Do you have to pay for drinks?
Sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like going to the. I asked for. They have drink tickets there, and I asked once, and the owner told me, he goes, "Hey, pay you. What, am I going to buy you drinks too?" So I said, "All right." So I bought my own drinks.
But you can drink on the job.
I don't get really drunk. I'll have a couple of beers, but that's about it.
And Jägermeister.
Excuse me.
Do people put out cigarettes in your mouth?
Sometimes.
I'm trying to figure out what he does. Human ashtray.
Want to see them walks?
All right, good for you, man. All right, sounds pretty cool. I still don't understand why it's a high-pressure job.
I didn't say high pressure.
Awkward.
It's awkward.
It's awkward because I could lose it at any second.
Because somebody's going to find out I'm not doing anything.
He doesn't do anything.
He's not sure what he does.
Quick, I got to look busy, but I don't know what to do.
One time there was a lot of celebrities there. What did you do that night?
You can tell Gorilla hates when Ralph goofs on him.
I was very awkward.
What'd you do the night there were a lot of celebrities there? That was a big night for you, right?
There was basically a lot of people that wanted to get in, and my job was to make sure, like,
none of people got in.
The people that were supposed to be there were there.
Sorry, JFK Jr., you're not on the list.
Let me understand something.
Get out of here.
When was your job?
Let me in.
You're saying at one time your job was really important.
Well, there was a lot of celebrities there.
Right.
So
now what happened?
I had to make sure that the people that were inside the area were people that should have been there.
Excuse me, are you supposed to be here?
Exactly.
If you have to ask, should they be in there?
And now
What would you do? Would you check their pass or something?
No, I basically had to find out why they were there.
Excuse me, what makes you think you're a celebrity?
So, like, did you ever catch any people who shouldn't be in the area?
Naughty.
You did?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I either ask them to go or I have.
And how do they get in? How do they get in the area? How do they get?
There's ways of sneaking in, just like any place.
They pretended to work there.
And did you ever ask a celebrity if they were supposed to be there, and it turned out they were supposed to be there?
Not a celebrity, just people in general.
How do you decide who's supposed to be there? Like?
Yeah. What's the criteria?
Basically, if they don't know the owner, they're not supposed to be there.
All right. Very good. Well, you clearly know your job.
So what do you go up and ask him? Do you know the owner?
No, excuse me.
Excuse me, do you know the owner?
No.
Yes.
Do you know this man?
Who owns this place?
Usually,
what's the password?
Who's the owner?
No, if they're trying to get in, if they say there's somebody and they try to get in, if the owner said if I don't bring them in, then they're not allowed in. Period. So that's it.
Right. So that's your job. You have to like cruise the place, but now there's not a lot of celebrities, so now you just
now the owner just said walk around and fill the place up with good-looking chicks.
Good.
You know,
that's
there's no celebrities because they put them on the list and nobody let them in.
Right. Do you ever get in a fight where somebody doesn't want to leave and it's up to you to get them out?
No, it's not my job.
No?
I wouldn't deal with that. Everybody's drunk.
I see.
I just go to the bouncer and go, excuse me.
Right. All right, very good, Gorilla. All right, there's Gorilla's job.
Excuse me.
Tattletale.
Yeah, it's a tattletale. He's a paid tattletale.
He doesn't belong here.
Giggy's ass.
He's a safety guard.
Giggy's ass. Giggy's ass. This is very awkward. I don't want to do this.
He doesn't know the owner.
Right.
There, that guy right there doesn't know the owner.
I'm a daddledale.
Quickly, what's his name?
Don't Ralph,
get
did
out.
you like overstay your chance in here? It's time to go, right?
No, I'm having a good time.
Ralph wants to stay and goof on you.
Hang out.
At least I don't have to wear a dress this week, you faggot.
That wasn't that awkward for me to say.
I throw you out of the club with your dress on, faggot.
Maybe we should have Ralph come to the club afterwards and try to pick up some guys.
Sure, man, whatever you want.
Well, he'll be a pretty
Will you
girl.
let me in, man? Or you put me on the list?
I don't think Ralph
No, I'm
will
going to
ever
make
get
you
in.
wait. I'll make you wait out.
Put Ralph on the list that you have no influence over.
I don't. I have no influence whatsoever.
I got the list, but it means nothing.
I'll put you on the list, but it means nothing. At least if he said, I'm going to put you on a list that means nothing, you know the score.
No, you know what I told? I even told you before. I said, I don't know if I can get you on the list. I said, I'll meet you outside at a certain time, and then I'll just bring you in myself.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and you never even showed up,
like 20 minutes and I didn't see you.
Yeah, I told you what time to be there. You weren't there, so it's your fault.
I'd be there at 1:05. I got there at 1:10.
I was there, and when I was there, he was gone.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
And then what happened? You ask anyone? You said, hey, I know Gorilla?
Yeah, and there's like all these bouncers and all these lists and people floating around. I'm like,
and every dweeb in the universe is getting in, but you.
Yeah. Everyone's walking by me. I'm like, you have Gorilla?
Ralph, you ever think maybe I did it on purpose?
And then you ask,
maybe you did.
And then you,
Gorilla list.
I'm funny.
I don't have my own list.
And then when you say to the guys who work there, I'm friends with Steve Grillo.
Yeah. Who?
Is that what they said? Who?
Who?
They have different bouncers there every weekend.
And you describe him and they still didn't know who he was?
Yeah, I said like this short, he's going bald.
How does he get people in if the bouncers don't even know him? I mean, when he comes over to get somebody thrown out, how does he get done?
How good a job could you be doing if the bouncers don't know who you are?
There's new bouncers every weekend there. The bouncers, there's new ones every weekend.
So to be your
I know one bouncer, this guy Franny. That's
But how is it that nobody knows you work there? That's amazing to me.
It's
You've been there longer than them, and they don't know who you are.
Because they
have more clout than you do.
You should throw your weight around a little. Go down to the place every week and say, hey, listen.
Imagine if Gorilla was Schindler. All the Jews would be dead.
Gorilla's list.
Gorilla's list.
Do you know Hitler? Get out.
My boss's name is Hitler.
Hitler.
My job is to put everybody in
very
the
awkward.
oven.
And you know, Ralph is a world-class champion glommer. Ralph can ease his way in anywhere. And knowing Gorilla's name actually kept him out of the club.
Finally, he knows somebody, and he can't get in.
No problem here.
All right, very good, Gorilla. Add a way to assert yourself at your new job.
I should get a job there, then I can get in. Hang out.
I have a feeling like Gorilla has trouble getting in.
I don't know that he knows what his job is at all. I'm just being
There's times where they close off the section to go upstairs.
Yeah.
I go upstairs, and the guy's like, excuse me. I'm like, I work here. He goes, I've never seen you before. I'm like, I swear to God, I work here. Like, let's not make a problem with this.
I kick your ass.
Let's not make a problem with
I said,
it.
I swear, I
What
work
was Amy
upstairs.
Lynn doing there? Was she just hanging out, or was she working?
No, she was hanging out.
Oh, she was hanging out just
Yeah.
to dance and stuff?
I
No,
thought
she
they were
was just-
doing
yeah.
at Club Expo. They were doing that thing at Club Expo with the girls, weren't they?
No, that was with Fred the Elephant Boy.
Oh, so she just goes there to hang out?
I guess she just went there to hang out.
Like just to party and stuff?
Yeah.
Does she dance and stuff?
She didn't dance.
No? She just sit on a couch all night with her boyfriend?
Sit there and look pretty.
More or less.
What was she wearing?
Short skirt.
Yeah.
Tight top.
You know.
The uniform.
Yeah. And she just like sits there with the guy and makes out all night?
Oh no, she was like there. She was up and dancing. I think there was.
But she was dancing. I just said she danced.
Well, I guess so. I don't know. I didn't follow her the whole night. I saw her there. I saw her there for 15 minutes.
I just asked her.
Get off my
No, she was just sitting there, but then she got up and started dancing.
Whatever. I don't know what she did the whole night. I didn't follow her around. I saw her for about.
But she's a
15,
VIP.
20
I think you're supposed to follow her around.
Yeah.
Follow her around. She stays in the section.
I asked her, wait a second. I asked you if she danced, and you go, no, she didn't dance. And then I go,
More
what did she
or
do?
less is what he said.
What I saw her do was just sit there and hang around and drink.
So why don't you just say that?
That's what I did say.
No, you didn't. You said she danced.
She must. I don't know what the hell she did the whole friggin' night. She could have. She was there for.
No, dude. What
You
does
are amazing.
Dude, I'm real tired, man. I had a rough weekend. All right, it's me.
I'm
All right.
real tired.
It's me.
You're spaced out.
It's me.
All right.
I worked the entire
What
weekend.
was the most difficult part of that question?
I don't know. I'm burnt. I'm burnt.
Yeah, you are burnt.
I'm burned.
And lazy.
He's all spaced.
Burned. I'm
Daisy.
I'm very
You should
burnt.
stop drinking.
No, it's not
You're all
that.
confused and muddled.
Steve's having a rough time. He and I were talking the other day. He's like really like at the brink of almost like a postal worker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure and stuff.
What pressure are you under?
I've got. You want to hear what my weekend was like?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Friday I went to school. I came home, took a little nap. I went to Expo. Got home at 5 o'clock in the morning. Got up at 10. I painted an apartment from 10 until 7 o'clock at night. Went home, took a nap, got back up, went to Expo, worked until 5 in the morning. Got up at 10 again and painted all day yesterday until like.
What are you
7
painting?
o'clock. My friend has a side job. He paints apartments, so I need money, so I painted him all weekend.
You know what it comes down to?
What?
The problem is that Steve, left home and he has an apartment now.
Who told him to do that?
And his parents like gutted his room. You know what I mean?
His parents what?
They gutted out his room. In other words, he's out of the house for good now.
Right.
And it's really hard because he doesn't make any money and he's broke and he thinks he's really feeling the pressure of the fact that he now has to support himself.
Well, you're in college, right?
Yeah, so I go to.
Did your dad help you out with a couple of bucks?
My dad helps me out with paying school.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, which is more than a burden, more than he can handle, I'm sure.
Right.
But the point is that he's got this rent to pay every month.
It's not,
so why'd you move out?
It's not even the rent that's killing me. I got a lot of other bills and dets to pay.
How much are we talking about?
Yourself in debt.
It just happens.
It happens.
It involved a car and a divider.
Did you have an accident?
No.
Don't say that.
No,
All right, you know what? I don't care. How much money are we talking about here that you're in the hole for?
Yeah, I was thinking about it myself.
Maybe we should all chip in.
I was going to give him $500.
I don't want that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want that. I'd rather work myself.
How much you need?
I'll tell you what.
I'll
tell you what. I'll give you money. I got it.
I'd rather work
$500 for the rest of till winter ends. Instead of me parking my car in the garage and walking here, I park out front and you drop it off for me. I'll give you $500.
That's a job.
All right.
That way you earn your money.
So is that good for you? Does that take care of some things? Is the pressure off?
Yeah, it takes care of a lot.
How much will it cost me to have you do the same for me?
$1,200.
Hey, you can have a whole car parking thing.
That's right. You're now a valet.
You can wear like a little uniform.
You're a valet.
How much would it cost me if you parked Ralph's car but wear a bellhop uniform?
You know
Too much.
What? We're just this close to having a stand outside.
Yeah.
Valet parking.
Lemonade and car drop off.
All right, we got to take a break.